Welcome to Waiting Purposefully by me, Ruth. I'm super excited, for another time with the family. So, Waiting Purposefully is an amazing show where we get to wait together purposefully in the right way, with God being the foundation of our waiting season. So, today we're going to talk about something interesting. Yeah, I'm excited. We're going to talk about the ones that look like the ones, but they are not the ones. Let's talk about those ones. The waiting is, I don't know how. I honestly don't know how I can even explain how the waiting is, because it's very interesting. I feel there's this thing, especially with us ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Well, we write down what we want to see in a man and whatnot. Even with you guys, I don't know how you do your thing, but I know that somewhere, there's a type of a woman that you've thought God would want to settle for. Yes, that's right. So let's talk about the ones that look like the ones, but they're not the ones. Those ones. Oh my God. Yeah. So when you're waiting, right? There's that phase. There's that phase where you feel like, I feel my prayers are being answered, because men start coming in from different walks of life, and that is, I feel, a very sensitive season, because trust that if you're not praying hard, and if your spirit of discernment is not even as high as it can be, you end up settling for someone who is not even the one. Because remember, especially for people who have been waiting for too long, it feels frustrating, and at some point you just want to settle for anyone that comes your way, just for you to put it out there to say you are in a relationship. So now, one thing that I've figured out, right? Most people tend to talk about their single season when they are in a relationship, but we have a few people who actually talk about the single season itself whilst living in it. So we always tend to have people just wanting to date, because no one talks about the beauty of the single season, the right things that you can do while you're waiting, how you can, work on yourself, build yourself, position yourself rightly for the time that is yet to come. We have a few people talking about that. That is why whenever you hear someone who's in the waiting talk about how much they can't wait to be in a relationship, you'll be like, but yeah, there's this season right here, you have to embrace it, because it will never come back. Trust that it will never come back. The time you're alone, the time you're able to make your own decisions without, asking someone, which is good because you're two now, but there's just an amazing journey that you tend to walk when you're walking alone, that should be embraced. And also, it also becomes even more amazing when you have someone by your side. So bottom line is, enjoy every season as it comes. Every season comes with its beauty. So if you focus on the dark side of that season, and like focusing on the beauty that comes with it, you tend to find that all your single life, you are very frustrated. You are just looking forward to being in a relationship. So now, back to our topic. Back. So we are talking about the ones that look like the ones, but are not actually the ones, right? Those ones. So, yeah. Imagine how sometimes we would want to settle for a guy or a woman who comes in our lives and ticks only a few things from our checklist, because there's this list that we've written, and it's okay to have that list. It's okay, because come on, you need to at least know what you want anyway. It really helps. But I feel sometimes we tend to settle for less, because we are in a place where we really want something to come. So whatever is convenient enough in that season of our lives is okay for us to settle with. So honestly, it is something that I got to witness even personally in my life in the long run, People would come, they won't even look like it. But because sometimes the waiting gets frustrating, you're like, okay, let me just try and see how it goes. In the trying and seeing how it goes, God is like, my child, I'm not anywhere in it. And you're like, oh my God, why didn't I listen? But today's encouragement is to get back to that place of understanding that God is very intentional when it comes to all of us. Trust that God knows each one of us, even beyond how we know ourselves. And He knows the right person for us. He knows. Imagine, this is God. Nilesa, He created, He formed you in your mother's womb. He knew you even before He placed you in your mother's womb. So He knows the person that you will settle with, the type of a life that you will live. There's nothing new under the sun. So definitely there's nothing new that happens in your life that catches God by surprise. He knows. So the fact that He knows, you should get to that place where, as a child of God, or if you're looking forward to being a believer and joining the Christian community, you should understand that God's plans for us are of good and not of harm. So don't settle for the ones that look like the ones when they're not actually the ones. Please, don't settle for those. Don't settle for those. They make life look easier when you begin, but as time goes by, you will tend to discover that you wasted, I don't know how many months, a year of your life, just settling for someone because they came at a time where you became too lonely and you just decided to settle with the mentality of, no, they will change, no, we'll work around it, because it doesn't have to be all perfect. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all perfect, but imagine something not being all perfect, and to even make it worse, they're not even the ones for you. So there's the aspect of imperfection and them not being the ones. So that's double trouble, trust me. So for my ladies, for my gents who are in their single seasons, please consecrate yourself in this season. Ask God to lead you. There's just, you get to feel when the time comes for you to be in a relationship, like God just begins to reveal so many things to you that it is time. So when that time comes, be vigilant, be prayerful, be watchful, settle for God's will for you, not what you feel is convenient for you because you want to cover up your loneliness. You want someone to talk to. You want someone who you can call your own. Those desires are there, but let them not lead you to settling for the one that is not the one God has in store for you. So yeah, that's my word of encouragement today for those of us who are in our waiting seasons. And for us who have found love is a beautiful thing. Keep thriving and keep enjoying what God has given you, and don't take it for granted. Take care of it, nurture it, ask God for grace on how to go about everything. Yeah, and let your love be built on the right foundation, which is God. So yeah, that was my word of encouragement for everyone today. So I love you so much, and I hope to see you next time. I have a surprise for everybody. You won't see this one coming because so be on the lookout for our next segment, because we're gonna bring someone amazing. So yeah, bye and God bless you all. Bye bye.